Well. No, I'm not late. Hello. How happy am I to see all of you right now in chat? Hello. Hello. All right, hold on. I'm just gonna send a little picture for Instagram. All right. And I'm gonna put the link, and I'm gonna say they're already trolling. So we got a new setup for the stream because I changed the stream's location. Okay. Yes, I am alive. I am alive. They're already trolling. There you go. Hold on. Yeah, that's how we start a stream here. Whoops. Perfect. It's on my story now. All right, no more chair. There won't be any chairs. Yeah, the chair has gone. All right. Ready? This is the new setup. it's a lot less cool. All right. You might be disappointed. Hello. All right. I'm gonna say hello to everyone who's here right now. All right. I'm gonna say hi to Scrungly Little Guy, who's actually Shower Thought DM. They changed their username. I like Scrungly Little Guy. Zbrano. Hello. Hello, Zbrano. Waiting for this all summer, I see. Willis a Zombie, good morning. Good morning. Skillwars, of course. Hello. Apple Newton asked where the music is. I'm sorry, next time for the music. Pyro Anarchist, hello Pyro Anarchist. Hey. The uniform? Yeah, well actually no, the uniform's different. We'll do a comparison later. With the old shirt I used to have. But yeah, wearing the same thing still. Sticky. Yeah. Glass jar, always. However, this is not pussy water. Or maybe it is pussy water. All right, we're ready for the stream. Zeuduk, Deuk, I don't remember. Hello, Xio. Good to see you alive and well. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy to be alive as well. Gremlin sometimes. Where's Saint Domi? Saint Domi is upstairs in the attic where I live. I created this office for myself, and Saint Domi is not invited. Not invited at all. Hello, Krenna and Kekarangatang. Hey, everybody's here. Hello. Got that red theater curtain. Yeah, I might change it for green because I got green curtains that block the sun. I don't like change. Why has everything changed? I'm sorry. A lot has changed. Haven't seen you for a long time. Yeah, like what? Like a week or two? 2 or 3 weeks maybe? Has it been that long? All right, so what's been happening? A big green no, it's not a green screen that I want. No. It's a darker green. A canvas green. Even though this isn't the canvas. Maybe I should keep it red. Because this isn't the canvas, this is Germinal. I see 7 billion people around. It's coming. They're on their way. Don't worry. They're coming. All right. So what's been going on? Why have I been gone? It's been 84 years. Felt like it, eh? It could be Mr. Canvas Green, but now I'm thinking about it, I like the red. All right. So what's been going on? I had an artist in residence that arrived, and as soon as they arrived, I I didn't stream for a while. I was kind of nervous to, like for inviting like an artist. He was a singer. He still is a singer, and it's someone who's like music I really like. So I was kind of nervous, and turns out they came. It was a lot of fun, and hold on, let me show you. Let me show you here. All right, this is the Germinal's Le Germinal, by the way, which isn't linked to this stream. The artist residency is called Germinal. Les artistes, these are the artists that we've had over. And that's this singer here. All right. So he gave a show and we recorded a couple of his songs during the show because, well, we like him and we thought it would be cool to like, all right, to have his music. All right. I'm gonna make you listen to some of the music. Okay. This is what we're doing. I want to show you what we've been doing at this house, which we called Germinal, and this is the little little logo that we did. We made it. We turned it into a nonprofit. Yeah, it's gonna be a French song. I'm sorry for every French hater in this in chat, especially Pyro Anarchist. I'm sorry, but I promise, okay, it might be worth it. So yeah, we turned it into a nonprofit, and I've got a couple of people with me helping with that. Because if you want a nonprofit, you can't be alone. You have to be with members of the community that you're serving, right? So I made some friends. We did a nonprofit. Hello, Rivers of Melancholy. Hello. Glad to see you back. Scrungly little guy says, I have a question. I don't know if you've talked about this before, but I searched up what Germinal meant. And I said it was a month of French. Yes, it is a month in the French Revolutionary calendar. It's the one of spring. Germinating, a germinal. It's like when like a flowers or like a plant comes out of like the soil, right? It's spring. Also, when it's like germinating, we like the whole idea of germinating, like germinating ideas. And damn, Germinal made friends. Yeah. A little bit. What's the deal with hating French, Pyro Anarchist? Pyro Anarchist is a bigot. Gingia, hola, hello. Hey, I'm genuinely being like feeling not nostalgic or whatever, but like I don't know, feeling a little emotion seeing your names again. So glad to see you. All right. To go back to what I was saying. So yeah, I stopped streaming once I had the artist over. And yeah, we did the nonprofit. We have the the little logo. All right, I'll make you listen to the French song. Whoops. Yeah, it's French from Quebec. Oh yeah, and it was basically we had a lot of people from a nearby like summer camp, like the people who take care of the kids at a summer camp, des monitrices du Bellefeuille camp, and they all really liked one of his songs, and they asked him to play it, and they did, and then everybody was singing. It was really beautiful.
Ouais, faites les petits doigts s'il vous plaît, avec plaisir. Hey, ça fait longtemps que je l'ai pas chanté. J'ai 30 ans. Ok, on va recommencer au début printemps.
You guys can't understand anything.
Ça veut saison de grande peine. Les goélettes en fin de vague se marieront en grande mer. Et pour union, échange en vague, il ne faut pas faut s'amener avec le vent. Un brin de foin entre les dents. Il est trois fois crié, chanté, parler aux gens, se mouiller les pieds. Dans la misère ou les boulots.
Yeah, got the flannel on the chair.
Viens s'asseoir au bord de l'eau. Cousin Philippe, en 20 tapins, 3 bâtiments, 17 enfants, à la charrue, sous les...
So, all right, all that to say, it was a lot of fun. We had a couple of people here. It's like at the end of the show, like he was like asking people which songs they wanted to play. But at the beginning of the show, we had around 50 people, and we got to subscribe. Mildred Seashells, hello. Hype, yes, hype. We're back. Thank you so much. Currently on a 3-month streak. Have I been streaming for 3 months? Thank you so much for subscribing or for resubscribing. Yeah, what I was saying. So yeah, there's around 50 people, which is a lot for where we are in like the rural area, at least a lot for me. So it was fun to organize a show. We organized an open mic with him, and he's coming back. He really liked it here, which I'm very, very happy about. So that's the first thing that we've been doing. The first thing we've been doing is inviting an artist, well, a singer in this case, who organized a show in my living room. So that was a lot of fun. And that was one of the reasons why I wasn't streaming. I have to justify myself because I kind of feel bad. Pirate Anarchist is also Anglophobic, but you speak English. Oh, you love the logo, scruggly little guy. Yeah, it's one of my friends who's on the nonprofits organization. I don't know what it is in English, but and she's a graphic designer. Canada is real. Dutch almost became the world language. Good thing it wasn't. Oh, Twitch Wanderer. Greetings. Hello, Twitch Wanderer. Glad to see you. Hello. Welcome back. Thank you. It's fun to be back. It's a lot of fun, actually. I missed you guys. One of the things... Okay. And another reason why I stopped streaming is because... through conversations I had with the singer songwriter that was here, because they lived here, I went back to making weekly videos on art history. I don't know if I even said that on stream. I don't know if I've streamed since, but I went back to making weekly videos, which I've been enjoying. I stopped enjoying it at one point, and now I'm enjoying it again. Oh yeah, America is the only place that's real. Okay, well, this is zombie. I'm gonna try to be more liberal now on banning people. No, never mind. You'll never catch me be a lib. Did my opinion on pyro-anarchism change? Asks Zgirwoj. No. I'm still as bigoted against pyro-anarchism as I was before my stream hiatus. Love a good explanation of the sublime. Yeah, Canada is North USA. You're lucky I'm not a Canadian nationalist. Did Isaac finally convince you to ban more people? Yeah, so for those who are not on Discord, and I urge you to come on Discord. It's a lot of fun. I banned my first our first Discord member. Here. Join the Discord. For those who haven't already. I banned Isaac our end cap in residence. Like, we had a lot of fun with Isaac, but sometimes, you know, we got to move on. What did that guy do to get banned? I would need to find the I can't find. It's impossible. I probably couldn't find it. You know, when you're trying to explain something to someone, just your point of view, solely your point of view. You know, it's not you have to agree with me. You just have to please just at least understand my point of view. Well, that kind of person really couldn't get close to understanding anybody else's point of view. It's he's an ANCAP, right? And the discussion was on basically on SA and on consent and SA, and this guy could not understand that sometimes you may consent to something while still being forced into doing it, right? At least under capitalism. For example, you don't want to work for someone else who makes a profit off of your labor, and you find that job really, really terrible, but it's the only way you can feed yourself. To him, that's okay, right? Because you consent to it. And yes, you technically consent to it, but you don't really have a choice if the alternative is either to find a job that's as shitty as the one you have, or starve. And because of that, yes, you consent to that job, right? But there's coercion behind it. But he wasn't able to see the coercion behind it. Anyway, you know, it's the classic ANCAP thing. He didn't understand informed consent. ANCAP stuff, probably. Yeah, exactly. He was something. I kept him because he made a lot of people angry in chat, in Discord, which I thought was hilarious. But then he got me angry, and then it wasn't fun anymore. Scale Watch, fuck you too. What a lovely community. Yeah, you can go into the political tag now. Yeah, no problem. He's not there anymore. I don't know what people have been talking about. It's been a lot less entertaining, the politics tab, but you know, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. Hello, Tiltik. We were talking about our friend Isaac again, but not anymore. He is dead to us. Rest in peace, Isaac. Jesus, it's been a while. I know it's been. Hello. The philosophy tab is also safe again. Good, yeah. Rip, rest in peace. F in chat for our friend Isaac, who I really believed that, you know, he could be changed, but yeah, thank you, Gingia, for the F in chat. Are you gonna play the ham sandwich cop again? Maybe. I might stream a little less. That's another thing I realized when through my hiatus and talking. So first, I did videos on a weekly basis, which gave me less time to do this here, the streaming. Also, I realized that like editing for the channel, for Germinal, and editing for Anarchist FAQ was taking a lot of my time. Even after that fascist video he sent. Yeah. I thought he could be fine. I thought, you know, that might be a hot take, but I feel like if a fascist tries to like integrate a leftist community, I don't believe that they're actually going to fascistize the community, but that they run more the risk of becoming themselves lefties. Because Isaac obviously sees the that there's something wrong about the world. He wants to fix it. He's just handicapped in some ways. Akrina is not pressing F for respect. The F is not for respect, okay? The F is, I guess. Yeah, it was funny. There'll be other people to laugh at, all right? F fuck him, I guess. Exactly. There'll be other people to laugh at, to have fun with. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay, all right? Don't cry because it's over. Be glad that it happened, okay? There you go. All right, you got a lot of F for fuck him, I guess. Thank you, Twitch winner. Yeah, that's true. Pyro anarchist. I guess it's the tolerance that you give them as well to fascists make community toxic, and I guess it also depends how many, right? If there's two of them, they can bounce back off each other and make things extremely toxic. If they're alone, they have less of a potential impact. Except for Isaac. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think many leftist communities will become fascist, perhaps with the exception of statist leftists. I completely agree with that. I think communities that are, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that communities that have a strong understanding of their political values and their political goals are less prone to falling to fascism. Yeah, I was having that discussion with someone this past month on, is it easier for someone who's who's far right to become far left, or far left to become far right? And I guess it depends on the reasons why you adhere to your to whatever strand you go to, right? Without going to horseshoe theory, I think that if you go to the extremes, is that you're extremely unsatisfied with the state of the world, and therefore you're going to the extremes to radically change it. You can radically change it for the better or for the worse. And I do believe once you are more into leftist theory, and that your grounding for your leftist beliefs are strong, it's hard to go to the far right than to the far right, where your beliefs might be less grounded or less consistent, which makes you maybe easier to fall on the other side. I don't know. I could be wrong about that as well. Man, you make banning that guy sound so sad for some reason. The reason why it's sad is because we weren't able to make him an anarcho-communist. Scrawny little guy went thrifting yesterday and nabbed a cool ink work of center block. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna draw some funny guys in there. Send them on Discord. We'll go check it out. I also thrifted this. I went to a thrift store that was closing, and they gave everything away. They were giving it. I got a couple of books as well. And this is not the same shirt as, all right, hold on. This is not the same flannel as I usually have, all right? We're gonna go a bit superficial right now. Superficial segment of me. All right. Oh yeah, my live on Twitch thing. Notice how this guy has green, blue, yellow stripes. It's all over the place. This guy is pure black and red only. Same as my 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 bandana. Someone said I dressed like a clown in my latest update video about the artist residency. I thought that was funny. Skill Watch said I said day one he is a lost cause, and I was fucking right. You're not fucking right, all right? He's probably young. He still has years, all right, to drop out of the ANCAP mentality. Oh, Twitch Wanderer. Goodbye, Twitch Wanderer. Thank you. Thank you for... Oh, we got a first-time chatter. Everyone, say hi to the first-time chatter. HUD VVVV. Everyone, say hi to HUD VVVV. New flannel folks. Yes. Good comments. I'm not going to read them all, but good comments. You guys are doing good work. Isn't there the whole why left the left meme? I don't know if it's cope, but I feel like when a lot of people leave the left, it's for economic gain and not for actual philosophical or, you know, ideological consistency or consistent reasons. Lost his complementary colors. Yeah, we're becoming more and more monochrome. Somebody, hello. They say hello, everyone. Hello, somebody. Glad to see you. Do you really love flannel or something or what? I just think it's funny. You should see me with my flannel pants, which I actually have, but they're like, all right, next stream I'll have my flannel pants. All right, everybody is saying hi to HUD VVV. Good. All right, scrungly little guy says it's the big clock tower in the Parliament. I think I've heard it referred to as center block in Canada. Also, I'm not sure if this has been talked about here already, but it's insane to me how many people care about gender fluidity. I've been hanging out on Omegle to fill. I don't know if have we talked about gender fluidity? Have we? Is that something we've talked about? Oh, Proctophile. Hello. Sorry. Hello. Welcome back. How have I been? I've been pretty good. I've been doing a lot, and we've covered just a little bit of what I've been doing. Just a tiny bit. But thank you. How have you been, Proctophile? Thank you for asking me. People go insane when I say I'm he, they. Why? Yeah, I know. Isaac would be proud to know we still talk about him. Have you seen the ANCAP Argentinian presidential candidate? I have not. Flannel shoes? I have flannel socks. I think I only have one though, because I lost the other one. Well, they're clearly not consistent if they switch worldviews, are they? Not necessarily. I disagree with that. I think you can switch worldviews and still be very consistent. It just depends on the information that you have, right? I think, for example, you know, my worldview is that everyone should be equal and that everyone should be able to you know, to have access to food and you know, develop as much potential about themselves as possible. And therefore, I'm pro capitalism, so that people can work and then develop their potential through their labor, right? Your worldview is the same as the communists. It's just that you have different information about how the world works, or a different outlook, which I guess it's a worldview. But like, if you tell that person, yeah, capitalism doesn't work for X, Y, and XYZ reason, that person might still have the same, values, the same, I don't know how to say. I'm rusty, am I? But the same outlook, or goals for society, but they might change the way to get to it. Not because they're inconsistent in how they want the world to function, or their own internal values, but because they have new information about how the world works. Proctophile wrote an article for a magazine. Congrats. Yeah, post it on Discord. Post it on Discord, Proctophile. Everyone should be funny and silly, and then can only be achieved under anarchic communism. I agree. I agree. All right. So, what have I been doing? All right. So the nonprofit, inviting an artist, having the show, an open mic, and yeah, turning to making a video per week, which I have been really enjoying, and then figuring out that maybe like I've been spending too much time editing these stream segments and the anarchist FAQ. So I don't know if I'll be editing stream segments as much. And also the whole stream segments kind of forced me into, creating segments for the stream, which sometimes I wasn't like, I was kind of forcing myself to do it. So I'll just hang out. We'll just have fun, do whatever we want. If there's segments that come out of it, I might edit them. I might not. I might just, edit like a full segment and just put it on the journal channel. I don't have time to edit as much as I did before. Open mic, asked Proctophile. I don't know is it a worldwide thing? Is there some in maybe you said different, like it's a different word? Maybe you call it a different thing in America. In Quebec, at least, an open mic is a microphone that you put in front of a bunch of people, in which you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want. You can do slam poetry, you can do just poetry, you can read a text, you can sing a song, you can do comedy, you can do whatever you want. And basically just I did one at one point on, I talked about, I did like a little 5-minute segment on a piece of history of the region. So you can basically, people go there and they listen to whatever people need to talk about. As I've said before, you can just upload chat where the majority of your stream content. True. Well, chat is right there already. So you guys are already uploaded. Don't worry. Oh, we call it the same thing in the US. Oh, I was requesting to know more about what you were doing with it. Oh, we only did one with the artist who was invited. He was hosting it. There's some that we've organized as well, in the city. There was some in the more touristic place. That was a lot of fun, but I don't really do poetry or anything, so I just did that one segment once on history. But it's fun. I feel like there's not much of the artsy community here is developing, and it's in development, and we want to develop it. But so far, a lot of the performances are not necessarily original content, but song covers, which I personally find really boring. And the reason why is because I feel like sometimes it turns a bit into like a karaoke night instead of actually being a place for sharing, literary creations. Somebody says, is it hard to get to cities from where you are? Depends on what you define as a city. Let's say you define a city by it having a McDonald's. I'm 15 minutes away from a McDonald's. If you define a city by having a Walmart, I'm 5 hours away from a city. I guess it depends. That's how we define a city in North America. It's depending on how, like, which corporation settles in it. Rivers of Macaulay says, too bad I have neither the talent nor social skills necessary to participate in an open mic. What's great about an open mic is that it's extremely open. Would you believe it? But like it's extremely I don't know how to say it, like non-judgmental. It's the whole point of the open mic, that people can just go up and say something and be extremely vulnerable in front of a group of people and still be appreciated just solely for the fact of being up there. But I understand. I only did it once. I don't have the talent. I'd love to be a poet and like recite poetry and then people cry in the audience, whatever. But no, I don't have that talent. Hey, I'm going back to school, grade 9, first year in high school. Grade 7 is our first year in high school. First year in high school. I know it's not really something you do, but does anyone have any advice? Any advice for going into high school? Depends on what you want to get out of it, honestly. It's to me at least, high school is a lot about socializing and developing social skills. And it can be a good way to develop social skills because there's a community, right? There's a bunch of people that you just hang out with and that you see every day. However, it's also a terrible place for developing social skills because you're all teenagers. Teenagers are idiots. All right, not all of you, but many of you are. I was an idiot. Oh, Gil, what? You're going to study philosophy in a month from now. Congrats. Congrats. Proctophile says, to be fair, most people don't read much nowadays. I'd love to know the stats on that. Like, how much... Because I have the idea that, like, literacy rates have to be the highest. But that doesn't mean that people read, right? But just as a statistical fact, if more people know how to read, you would imagine more people would read, right? I don't know. I definitely don't read like for entertainment. There's much better entertainment out there than reading. Absolutely. If I read, it's not for entertainment. I often don't like reading, actually. Oh, the attack rat. Hello. Holy moly, Germinal is streaming. Yippee. Glad you're here. All right, I gotta catch up on okay. Apple of Newton has a phobia. I don't know what the phobia is though. The one place that there could have been an open mic here burnt down. I'm sorry to hear that. I did it in my living room. It's a small living room, but you can still do it in living rooms. I know people who did them in their living rooms. You don't need a lot of people. One of the open mics that I went to, we were 10 people. And you know what? It was the best open mic we had because we were 10 people and everybody did something because there were some little people. And every time someone did a thing, everybody listened attentively because the crowd was so small, so you can't be on your phone because that's very disrespectful. So you listen even more. And then after the performance, people can actually comment and go like, oh, wow, I didn't know about that. Or that was really, really interesting. Oh, wow, that was beautiful. Oh, yeah, I've felt that way myself before. And then you can have conversations about it. Small, close community open mics are the best. Rivers of Melancholy. What if I'm judgmental, huh? Have you thought about that? For the open mic, I'm also very judgmental. All right, I'm gonna skip through. I'm sorry. Oh, back to work. Rivers of Melancholy. Thank you for stopping by. You do not read philosophical essays for fun? No. Do you, Pyro Anarchist? Do you actually do it for fun? And when I say for fun, you know, like there's definitely fun in learning, obviously. But the very act of reading, I don't find it fulfilling. What I find fulfilling is like, you know, what I learn. Oh, stage phobia. Agoraphobia? Agoraphobie in French. IRL podcasts. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Brano. Oh, Wilson Zombie was homeschooled pre ninth grade and had to readjust to socializing, so that might have been the main problem for me. Yeah, that can definitely be. I can imagine a bit hard. I had a hard time socializing until 10th grade. Oh, so Pyro Anarchist is now a true philosopher. Doesn't like reading Kant. Blindfold and mask would make it less scary, right? Yeah, for sure. All right. So what else happened? So there was the open mics. There was the film festival that I went like once. I watched one movie at the film festival after, and I had free access to everything, and I just went once. What else? What else? Oh yeah, there was the I talked about it in the update video I did, but we did an art exhibition. We organized it. It was a lot of fun. However, I'm gonna keep it for a segment for later. Maybe another stream. I'll talk about I'll talk more in depth about the exhibition that we organized. People talking about drugs in chat. Don't do drugs. I watched some movies as well. Maybe we can go over the movies that I've watched. However, first, this is something I've been meaning to do for a while. All right. Do I have any gamers in chat? Do I have any mobile gamers in chat? Because I've been playing a mobile game. And I want... Yeah, I know. Will we get to see more of the art from the exhibition? There was 11 artworks, so I can go through them. I said I didn't want to make segments and shit, but like I want to make a segment about that. Why would you play a mobile game? All right. When you don't want to commit to a video game, right? Like you don't want to sit down and actually commit to a video game and you just want to kill time sometimes, right? Or like sometimes I'm editing a video. Like this morning, I was editing the video for tomorrow. And sometimes you want to take a break, but you don't know what to do during your break. Well, sometimes a mobile game can be fun, right? No, no, I'm gonna turn you guys into mobile gamers. So I've been playing, and this is not sponsored at all, okay? I've been playing Raid Shadow Legend. No, no, I'm kidding. And the reason why I want people to play with me is because you can compare your score. Okay, it's basically tap tap dance revolution or whatever. You know where you have to press tiles with the beat of a song. That's it. Those are fun games, okay? It's not a philosophy game. It's a tap to the notes and then and then be happy with when you get it right. Rhythm games, exactly. It's a rhythm game. And I feel like I've been doing pretty good. However, I can't compare myself to anyone other than Ballet, who's not really good at the game. Yeah, piano. It's not Piano Tiles 2 though. It's called BeatStar. And this is my profile, okay? This is my profile. I'm the cute blondie right there. That's me. And this is my, what you call it? The tag that you have to add me. So I'll put it. And if you add me, I'll be able to gamerphobic. You're a you know when people say gamers are like the most oppressed class? Well, they're right. Hold on a second. It's because it's in French. My keyboard is in French. Now that makes sense. All right. Add me on BeatStar. All right, if you can beat me at any song, okay, and I can't beat your high score on a specific song, I'll shout you out on stream and I'll admit defeat. However, I feel like I'm extremely good at this game. So this is an open invitation for anyone. Yeah, I am looking for competition, Proctophile. Yeah, Kekarantan says gamers are the most oppressed class. There you go. You call it out. Pikmin Bloom? I have no idea what you're talking about. I became a gamer just so I can get some marginalized group points. Oh, it's Temer. Hello, Temer. I should try Geometry Dash. I maybe. Oh, the game is called. Sorry. When I tell Bali that I've shouted out BeatStar to get people. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Proctophile says post your high scores on Discord. I'll see what I can do. You can actually see your friends' high scores on the app when you play, when you add them. All right. To stream your mobile game. I don't want to do that. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. All right. So you guys add me and try to beat my high score. If you beat my high score on one song, I'll try to beat it. But if I can't, I'll shout you out. Is it called, as it says touch your music? Is that actually what? Hold on. BeatStar, touch your music? If it's that. Oh yeah, it is that. Ugh. Zbrana says, that's actually good. I used to play Piano Tiles 2 on my low-end tables, I imagine tablet, and record the screen so the game run at 4 FPS. Ease my way through high scores. I'm like in the top percent. All right, if you do that with BeatStar, it doesn't count. I tried playing one of the Souls game Proctofile. Then I wasn't really good at it, and it wasn't satisfying, and I got angry. I didn't get angry, but I got annoyed. Oh, we got a first time chatter again, and who says more of a Miku kind of guy, which I have no idea what that is. But because I love first time chatters and I want them to stay in chat, I'll say, of course, I'm more of a Miku kind of guy. Of course. Press 1 if you're also a Miku kind of guy in chat. Also, say hi to Leo. Ooh. Okay, got press 2. Mm-hmm. Hatsune Miku. Okay, now I have to look it up. What? I have no idea what that is, but maybe I don't. Maybe I don't want them in chat. I'm kidding. I need to finish that one game. What's it called? Disco Elysium? Is that it? I need to finish that. I don't know if I'll have the time or if I'll. But yeah, no, it's something I'm looking into. Then it's Pajama Sam that I have to go through, and then I got to make that a video essay about Pajama Sam. When are you going to discuss about gender fluidity? I'm not sure. When am I going to discuss gender fluidity? Wow, you will allow fascists in your Discord but not anime fans? What's the difference? You're excited. I'm happy. You're fluid in gender somebody. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, we might discuss it eventually. Hey, we're gonna make a segment. I said I didn't want to make any segments, but Vocaloid. Pajama Sam is the communist indoctrination that conservatives have been talking about. All right, I'll look into it. Anime fans are more accepting. Okay. Oh yeah, another thing that happened. Remember when I told you I would shave my head? I actually did it. And let me show you. What ballet compared me to. So yeah, I don't have long hair anymore. I haven't shaved it in a while. It used to be shorter. Everybody hates it in chat. You know who else hated it? Bally. Actually, Bally didn't hate it, but Bally made fun of it by saying that I look like this. And I didn't like that. Because I don't feel like I look like this. Yeah, fuck comparing me to Magnus Carlsen. Compare me to Mickey Mouse without any ears. It's hateful, I know. This is why I'm putting back my bandana, because I'm ashamed. Yeah, I need to shave my beard. Please put on the bandana. My bandana is my real hair, exactly. It's like we started. I really liked what's it called that one Star Wars show. Andor. I really loved Andor. I made a video about it on my main channel. And now I've been looking up the Star Wars shows because I was like, oh, perhaps, you know, it can actually be good. Like, and I've been looking at Ahsoka. So far, it's not good. But something I wasn't sure about is like, what's under this? You know, that's not a hat, right? That's part of her. That's part of her hair, right? It's like her hair or her head. It's part of her head. But is that leather thing, right, with the metal and all that? That's not part of her. She wasn't born with that, right? She was born probably with this, but she wasn't born with that. But she's always wearing it. And what's under? Like, what's the transition? Is it smooth or is it like a crease between? I'd really like to know. But basically, that's me with my bandana. Okay, that's the reason. Thank you, the attack rat, to say it doesn't look bad, different than we're used to. Thank you. I don't have the patience or attention span for Stat Wars. Where stats fight each other. Also, fuck Disney. Yeah, of course. Okay, so the blue and white things are part of her body. The brown thing is like a hat. Okay. She is like you. Her bandana is her real hair. I'm very happy to hear that. Now I can really identify to Ahsoka. I identify with the Star Wars character. Oh, another thing I've been doing. I'm just dumping so much information, everything I've been doing. I really been into watching Better Call Saul. Yes, animated series are fun. I haven't watched them, but all live action is bad except for Andor. So far, that's what I've been getting, I think. I liked some episodes of the Book of Boba Fett. Well, at least, no, just one episode. I'm sure The Mandalorian had some good episodes as well. But in general, I don't like the series except for Andor. Andor was good. You also just started Better Call Saul. It's good. It's really good, actually. I'm not even a huge Breaking Bad fan, but Better Call Saul was really good. You know what? One of the things I like about art and what I strive for when I look at art and when I promote art and when I talk about art is I want art to confront us in our worldview, or in the way we engage with the world. And I think those artworks that do that are really good, are really important. That's when they actually matter. That's when art matters. Art matters when it makes you reconsider some stuff. One of the strongest reconsiderations that Better Call Saul has given me is, it's not really a spoiler. Basically, Saul Goodman, who's a lawyer in Breaking Bad, bails out a really bad cartel leader, right? Like, he does it all the time. That's pretty much his thing. But then, at one point, people get mad at him for that. And he makes a lot of money from it. And you're like, kind of rooting for him. You're rooting for Jimmy McGill or Saul Goodman, right? But he's the bad guy. He's bailing out cartel leaders. But then at the same time, when people try to say, "Hey, you let a cartel leader away," right? Well, he's just going to get replaced. At least I was excusing his behavior, Saul Goodman's behavior, because I was rooting for him. by saying, well, you know, even if you put away a cartel member or leader, he's just going to get replaced anyway. So, you know, if you can make money off of it, why not? So it's a really interesting position that it's putting you through, right? Making you root for a lawyer who's trying to bail out a cartel leader, which is not something that you should normally be rooting for. And I think that's one of the genius of Better Call Saul is, you know, and you've seen it in other shows and movies as well, where you root for the bad guy, or root for the greedy, or for the people that normally you shouldn't be rooting for. And it makes you confront with your own flaws in your ethics and your beliefs and your worldview. And at the same time, it's a show, so you're less invested, and morally and ethically it's less consequential, but still, right? You're still rooting for the bad guy. Hello, Sneaky Revenant. Hello. Sneaky Revenant is really happy. Welcome. I'm happy that you're happy. I'm very happy to see you all again. Ethical dilemma number 40. Save bad guy for monies, like a lot of monies. And that's the thing. Like, also, like, Saul Goodman is not in a bad situation. But how could you ever blame someone for... Hold on. Newest? Yeah, there you go. How could you ever blame someone for taking money if, for example, they're living in poverty, right? In this case, would you save a bad guy for a shit ton of money? Well, in a world where, you know, money equals freedom, how could you say, all right, no, actually deny freedom to put that guy away? Like, that's an example, right? It's a lot easier for someone who's rich or well off to, you know, to say, hey, I don't need that money, so fuck that guy. But what if you really need that money? I mean, it's the whole Breaking Bad thing as well. Nobody's happy to see me, says Guillaume. I'm not even commenting on that. Hello, Joe55683. In true German old fashion, the stream is during my shift. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, all right? I'll try to put some segments on the YouTube channel. Oh, it's Biosavat. Or Uglius. Good to see you for so long. Hello. I was gonna say it's the first time chatter, but at the same time, you're not the first time chatter. But hello. Very glad to see you. Very, very happy to see you. Oh, also changed. It's Marjorie. All right. I was like, who's Joe55683? Hello, Marjorie. During your shift, I might do a bit sometimes later streams. We'll see how it goes. Definitely not daily, not as much as I've been doing. Somebody, FKA, nobody is happy to see Zgirwash. There you go. Boss gets $1, I get a dime. That's why I watch Twitch on company time. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh, I have a new friend request on BeatStar. All right, sorry guys. I gotta tend to really serious business. Not sponsored whatsoever. All right, it's just I play this mobile game. It's called BeatStar. I'm not gonna do a BeatStar stream. I got 349 songs. My average normal. Okay, so Proctophile in chat says, hey, what's your average high score on BeatStar? Most of my first tries here on normal songs are between 44 and 45k. which is not bad. But my average normal score is at 49,790. Oh yeah, you need to play a bit before unlocking the social aspects of the game. It might take you just gotta become better at the game. Scrungly guy. Hey, I know who Scrungly guy is. All right, you're my friend on Beatstar. Yeah. 49. All right, so I don't want to make a Beatstar stream. All right, basically, if you had 49, like you have like 5 stars, gold, platinum, and diamond. On normal songs, you need 49.5k to get diamond, and all my normal songs have diamond. I don't want to flex or brag on stream, right, about my Beatstar results. Oh, Marjorie is a model employee. Goodbye, Marjorie. Yeah, Sneaker Revenant says my stream room has changed. Has it? Has it changed? Has it changed now? Look, you got a beautiful staircase right next to me now. Stop flexing on stream. I got a beautiful staircase. I got a really funny closet that kind of looms over the staircase right there. I've got some really nice red curtains. I've got like a radiator right back there. No, we're good here. We're good. This St. Dom is behind the curtain. St. Dom is in that closet right there. St. Dom will never come out of the closet. These are literally my first attempts. Now I'm going to take you down on general principle. Well, you can try Proctofile, but nobody can be better than me. All right, maybe on a couple of songs. And if you're better than me on a couple, like on a certain song, I'll shout you out. I'll say on which song you're better than me. But first, you gotta give me a bit of time to like beat you on that song too, because I don't want to flex again, but I have 349 songs. So like some songs I haven't played that much, so I have to. But nonetheless, I'll still beat you on every single song. And that applies to everyone else. You were in a different part of an attic. I know I was in an attic, but like right now I'm not in an attic. I'm on the second floor actually. I'm on the second floor. Actually, no. I was gonna open the window. I don't think you can see outside. But you might be able to see the sea outside. The beautiful water. No more green wall. I know it's kind of coldly white. Maybe one day we'll paint. Maybe. Beatstar streamer. Let him out. Let him out. Why am I hoarding diamonds? You want to know how many diamonds I have, Player Anarchist? Oh, and by the way, Beatstar is a free game, obviously. I'll tell you how many diamonds I have. I have 299 diamonds. Close to 300. Sign up for the artist residency. I can redistribute the wealth of diamonds. You're gonna steal my diamonds? Yeah, the attack rat, kind of like the old stream space better. Okay, I understand. But listen, we'll make ourselves at home here. All right. It's because the old stream space. Do I have a picture? Let me show you a picture of what the old stream space is now. Because in the old stream space is in my apartment or upstairs. In my attic is our loft or my apartment, and basically the stream space was my my living room. So we didn't have a living room as long as I streamed. And then when I stopped streaming, I kind of took over the living room as a living room, and I really enjoyed the living room being a living room. Hold on. Now let me. Okay. Yeah, let me show you. No, this is not good. I didn't take a picture. I'll take pictures for next stream though, of the living room. That's actually a living room now. I see Sean was busy with important things. Yeah, I was asking. I've been playing that game for a while. Okay, I haven't gotten 300 diamonds in just like a month. It's the terminal that matters, not the wall. Okay, thank you. 2 floors and an attic. I can't even afford one story. That's the hard hoarding with your residency thing. Yeah, and I'm also like pretty far from civilization. I don't know how it is in other countries, but like here, houses that are far from the centers are not that expensive. You just gotta give up on a lot of, city privileges. Though I am going back to Montreal for the first time in 3 months. In like 2 weeks? 3 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. So I'm going back for the first time in not 3 months, 3 years. Going back for the first time in 3 years to Montreal. It's a 10 to 12 hour ride, depending on how much you stop to eat and stuff like that. Car ride. Oh, SBG06. Finally something good on the internet. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. That's really nice. Thank you. All right. There's something else I want to talk about, but like, oh, Apple Newton's back. Hello, welcome back. How long was it since last stream? Like a couple of weeks, definitely. Maybe 2 months, maybe. All right, my name on BeatStar is Sean. Hashtag 3432. All right, I already have, I don't know how to see my friends. Oh, there you go. I have Scrungly Guy, whose average normal score is 21,300. All right, no, I'm not going to start shaming people for their low scores on BeatStar. Am I? Is that several hundred months? Really, crap. Okay, I got Proctofile here. Okay, how did Proctofile do? Average normal score, 41.2. No, not 3 years since last stream. 3 years since I went to Montreal. Very different. It felt like years. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I apologize. Okay. Now, has everyone who's been interested in downloading BeatStar downloaded BeatStar and added me? Yeah, you've only just begun. We'll see how it goes. I used all the time I wasn't watching you to do praxis, so it's great. Good. Oh, Krenna's gonna do it later. Perfect. I can't wait to tell Bally that now I've got some BeatStar competitors. All right, here I wanted to go through a couple of movies I've watched since. How do I do? Okay, I've watched. That was before yesterday. No, there's no multiplayer. But what you can do, is it fun though? There is multiplayer. But no, there's no multiplayer, but you can compare your scores, right? So like on every song, I can tell what the score of my friends are on that song and which position I am for each song in my friends list. The problem is, since I don't have much friends on BeatStar, I'm like first on every single song. This you can't see. So these are all the songs, right? But like it says first on every single one of them. Anyway, next BeatStar streamer. Watch us conquer every single other BeatStar streamer. Show them who's boss. Okay. Movies. I'll put that here. And chat, you're coming with me right here. Okay. I don't want to see ads. Remove ads. No. Okay. First movie I watched, no, was The Eight Mountains. Actually, an incredible movie. It won a couple of prizes at Sundance, I believe, and at Cannes. Okay, a lot of the Beatstar songs are terrible. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is to get the diamond and get really, really good feelings for getting diamond. If you streamed right now, you would be the only BeatStars streamer, so the biggest. I should consider it. Okay, enough. Yeah, actually, the only, you know how I only rate movies 5 stars or none, or I either like them or not. This movie I loved. Absolutely recommend it. It's on Criterion right now. At least in Canada. It's a movie that came out in 2022. It's an Italian movie. So you motherfuckers are gonna have to read to watch that movie, unless you speak Italian. But I don't believe any of you speak Italian. Yeah, the beards. It's actually a really beautiful story of a friendship, which is really nice, especially since it's a really strong friendship that doesn't turn gay, which is good. The reason why I'm saying that, all right, I promise I'm not homophobic, okay? The reason why that's good is because very often when male or manly friendships are very often I don't know how to say it, maybe limited by the threat of homosexuality. Least homophobic Quebecois. Thank you. So I don't know if there's some boys in chat who also feel like they can't explore their friendships as much with their friends who are also guys because of the threat of homosexuality. Yeah, the whole no homo, you know, that's it's like there's always the threat of looking, it's not even of being gay or of developing a gay relationship. It's of being perceived as gay. Oh, Alt Zerge. What the fuck did I just walk into? So it's been a couple of changes since last stream, and now I'm talking about the gay threat, the gay threats and friendships. Okay, no. What I'm talking about is this movie that depicts a really beautiful friendship between two men, which is that doesn't turn gay, and that because of that, it can be refreshing, because very often when there's too much of a strong link between two men, very often we assume that they're gay, or that we fear, that they're gay. But here you have a friendship between two guys that is unburdened by the threat of homosexuality or the threat of being perceived as gay. They build a house together. They're just really good buddies. And they can do it while still being heterosexual. I hope that what I'm saying is not going to be misconstrued. There's nothing wrong with being gay. But very often men cannot explore their friendships completely because of internalized homophobia. You all don't kiss the homies goodnight. We should normalize kissing the homies goodnight without being gay. No homo, of course. Yeah, so many people are so insecure. Exactly. Germinal thinks homosexuality is a threat. I can relate. In our school, it's pretty common that if guys actually get loose, I imagine that's what you're trying to say, get loose. There's always some guy that comes on with a gay joke, which is really can be harmful, right? If men can't develop friendships together that that have depth, right? That are not on the superficial or on the surface, and they're always being afraid of being called gay, and all the negative the negative perceptions that come with it, then men are just gonna be fucking lonely. And in this case, this movie, it's just beautiful, and also, you know, it's a study of male friendships. I'm having troubles with the scenes today. I'm getting back into the whole idea of streaming. It's a study in male friendships or male relationships or manly relationships. So do you have the friendships here between the two bearded mountain men of Italy? You have the idea that the man on the left here grows up without a father, but he has a father, alcoholic. But this guy's dad kind of takes him on as his son because their relationship with his dad is like bad. So there's the whole idea of fatherhood, of maybe you know, like inheriting a father, becoming kind of brothers through their relationship with the father without actually being relatives. It's really, really beautiful in these men's relationships, and directed by Felix and Charlotte. I don't know. I have no idea if they're a couple or if they're working together. But there's definitely, at least to me, kind of a leftist bend to this movie. But to me, every movie is fucking communist. So take that with a grain of salt. And the whole idea of the 8 mountains, it's actually was really, really, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it because I really want you to go watch it. But it also talks not about masculinity and masculine relationships. And when I say relationships, I don't mean romantic. I mean like actual like friendships and fatherhood and sonships. But the whole 8 mountains doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with you know, with settling down or traveling. One of them settles down, one of them travels, and it's the whole idea of how do you develop the best perspective in life, or how do you develop yourself most? Is it by settling down and building something for yourself, by you know, by anchoring yourself perhaps in a community, or building something and to make it last, building a legacy in a way? Or is it traveling and exploring the world as much as possible? The answer gives no, the the movie gives an answer which I don't agree with. I wish they didn't give an answer, but you know, can't be perfect. So they give an answer I don't agree with. The I was a bit uncomfortable with the answer they gave, actually, but I'm not going to talk about it because I want you to go watch it. So that was the latest movie I've watched. Let's see what people what people are saying. No, Germinal, come on, don't start the whole wage slavery disclaimer. Hey, I don't want to get my words misconstrued. You shall not be misinterpreted. Thank you. Now I'm reading everything. It asked me, okay, it asked me to to ban or not the very homo accepting. I didn't ban very homo accepting. So let's read the oh, Jonia DL is following. Thank you, Jonia. Welcome. I'm glad you've been enjoying my review of this movie that probably nobody in chat watched. Alzer says, I do get that. I'm gay and closeted, and I do know I've restrained a lot of platonic affection from my male friends just to avoid the possibility of seeming suspicious to the no very homo accepting people around. Even if they were accepting, sometimes you don't want to be suspicious. Absolutely. And I was talking about, very often hetero guys won't show affection because they're afraid of looking gay, but gay guys as well, obviously. So everybody hurts from this. Nobody's actually happy with this, with the fear of being gay, the threat of being perceived as gay. That's because movies have been poisoned by woke cults. That's why I think they're all communist. Yeah. All right, yeah, next stream I'll talk about. Okay, yeah, next stream I'll talk about the end of this movie just because I liked it so much. The other movies I won't talk that much about. Did you watch Ikiru? No, I did not. If anyone else watched Ikiru, I did finish it. Hello. Love your YouTube videos. What's going on now, actually, says Jonia. Hello. Thank you for liking my YouTube videos. I imagine it's the canvas. Thank you. What's going on now, actually? Yeah, as somebody said, I'm talking about the movies I've watched since last stream. So that was like a month or two ago. Oh, kind of a filmmaker myself. Oh, what are we doing, says Gingia. They're back. Gingia, you'll never guess what we're doing. Talking about movies I've watched. Jonia, I was actually on a... I didn't watch that many movies in the past couple of weeks and months because I was on the selection committee for a film festival here, which forced me to watch movies that I could not rate online because they're not released. Or if they are released, I couldn't actually publicly show that I watched them to show that. Anyway, apparently I wasn't allowed to, so I didn't do it. They're also very small movies and all that. But anyway, so I haven't watched that many movies since, but I'm doing my best. Now I'm talking about this movie. If you haven't watched it, Jonia, I strongly recommend it. Alzer says, my father's incapable of giving hugs. It's ridiculous. He's so stiff, and it makes me so mad with my grandfather, the fucking bastard. And I'm pretty sure it's because the weird hugging the homies seems gay attitude. Yeah, there's a lot of, and that movie talks about that. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure there's homosexuality. I'm sure there's also there isn't homosexuality. Like there's some reasons that aren't necessarily related to being gay or being perceived as homosexual, but there's definitely some that are also some other reasons that are linked to that. Everyone did watch it, Sean. You asked it constantly. I asked everyone to watch Ikiru, and I didn't finish it myself. Anyone else see Moonlight? I did not see Moonlight, but I want to. How did you find this movie? Personally, I found this movie on Criterion, my favorite streaming channel. Also not sponsored, though I wish I was. Criterion is like a lot of movies that are older, so all the classics are on there. The Criterion channel. However, sometimes they have more repertoire movies, and this was one of them. Hey, you know what? Just because I liked it so much, let me show you the trailer, okay? Oh yeah, and it's in the 4x3, so you know it's actually like very artsy, right? When it's in 4x3, that means it's good. It's not in black and white, so it's not that artsy, but it is artsy enough to be 4x3.
Non pensavo di trovare un amico come Bruno nella vita.
Okay, sorry. Motherfuckers can't read the subtitles because chat's in front of them. Ugh, so much maintenance for chat. Okay. Sorry.
Non pensavo di trovare un amico come Bruno nella vita. Né che l'amicizia fosse un luogo dove metti le tue radici e che resta ad aspettarti.
Ciao Bruno.
Ciao Pietro. Negli ultimi 10 anni con mio padre non ci ho mai parlato.
Lo so,
Mi parlava di me.
quando tuo papà l'ha vista, ha voluto costruire una casa qua. Ha chiesto a me di costruirla. L'unica cosa che mi serve è il manovale.
You were looking into the blue.
Sarebbe stato contento di quello che stai facendo,
There
sai?
was a door. Days been cold, clear and blue. Now you
That made me cry. That actually made me cry. That
Questo
scene
qua
right
vive
there.
sulla cima delle montagne, no? Però i problemi di noi comuni mortali non li conosce mica.
Vorrei aiutarlo.
Non puoi aiutare uno che non vuole essere aiutato.
just a flash of light in the endless night, and it's done.
Volevo trasformarmi, evolvere, partire.
Come here now.
Guarda che c'è un mondo fuori da qui.
Non preoccuparti per me.
That was it. Did it look good? Did it do a good job at telling you that it's okay? Let's see what you all wrote since then. Talking about fathers. The only time I saw him cry was during a root canal. Leo, they don't have Criterion in the UK, sadly. Well, luckily for you, our sponsor for today is NordVPN. No. But you can get a VPN. Is that how it works? You have VPN and watch streaming services from. Oh, Sneaky Revenant had to go. Goodbye, Sneaky. Probably already left. Recently watched a movie called Columbus. It takes place in my home state and has really nice cinematography. I'm glad you liked it. I've watched a lot of movies I didn't like. I'll show you some. Nigel QB. Following. Thank you, Nigel QB. Thank you very much. Welcome. Everybody welcome Nigel QB. Please show them how great this community is. And how non-toxic it is. How welcoming and beautiful we are. Marriage Story was on Criterion Project 5. I didn't even know. Yeah, Marriage Story was good. Somebody says, I hope being a loving and accepting father becomes less stigmatized in the future. I feel like it is. But the thing is, we're always in our kind of bubble, right? In our bubble, at least more leftist bubbles, yeah, fathers, of course, be more accepting and, be more loving. But in some other bubbles that I don't interact with, it's not the case. Yeah, you are high maintenance. Chat is high maintenance. Yeah, love their accents, but yeah, I can see this weirding out people who feel their masculinity needs to be proven. That's the thing. Like in that movie, you get the gay vibe very, very quickly, and then you realize, no, they're not gay. I'm just internalizing some shit. They're just two friends who build a house together. The trailer was emotional, but now you ruined it. No, it's not. It's not ruined. It's a lot better. The film is better than the trailer. Believe me. Jonia says looks really good. I'll look for this in my library. Hopefully they have it. Hopefully they do. You could try to stream it illegally. No. Please obey laws. Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, here, join the Discord. Join the Discord. There's a movie channel. It's legally forbidden to put links to movies illegally for legal streams. But sometimes people do that. I've seen it happen once. My dad is a self-described white nationalist, so I don't really care that he doesn't know how to show emotion. True. Good that you don't care. It's actually something. Oh, sandwiches. Hello, welcome back. Glad to see you. It's been a while. But yeah, it's actually a conversation I've had again, you know, on the necessity or the social pressure to be someone who's family oriented. I've talked about that with someone who had family issues, and I told them, you really don't have to see your family. Do you guys have strict privacy laws there? Where in Canada? Or on the Discord? But yeah, I made a whole segment on it. It's on the Germinal channel. But yeah, I've talked about how you don't need to feel the pressure to you know, to be close to your family. You don't. It's the same in the same way you don't need to feel pressure for feeling like you belong to like a culture or to land, right? Yeah, Germinal is a fascist tyrant on the Discord. You better be careful. There's no account called Germinal though on the Discord. There's this Canvas person, but I don't think I've ever seen them on Discord. Of course, for the parent, like for the family thing, it's harder when you're younger. As you grow, you know, older and more independent, you can get detached. All right. What's the second movie I watched? It's here. It's called No. Grammar errors. I don't make any grammar errors. The Lighthouse. I liked The Lighthouse. But I didn't love The Lighthouse, so that's why there's no rating. You watched a second movie, can you believe it? Hot take. What's the hot take? That I loved it? Or that I didn't love it? Or that... No, somebody loved The Lighthouse. The Lighthouse was odd. I liked the oddity, for sure. But I loved the cinematography. Free Isaac. Family pressure is very strong here in India. We're obligated to take care of them after we grow up. For me, it makes sense, and it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it depends on the culture. I come from a very individualistic culture, so yeah. Create bonds with people that you choose instead of bonds with people that who basically forced you to be with them. But yeah, no, Lighthouse wasn't bad. A bit confusing, especially during the end, but I think that confusion is warranted. It's intentional. So it's intentionally confusing at the end, which I liked. I think it's the kind of movie I would enjoy better on a second viewing experience. So I would have to watch it a second time, and maybe then I could rate it 5 stars and like it. But yeah, but it was also the second movie in a night that I watched, so maybe that also affected how I. What if I love people that are dependent on people that I don't love or even like? That's one of the big issues. But the people that you love that are dependent on people that you don't love or even like have to kind of understand and respect your boundaries towards the people that you don't like. What did Isaac get banned for? Isaac got banned for not agreeing with me. That's what happened. Hey, sandwiches. Don't talk about Lion. Lion is coming up. That's me. That's my job. Okay. So that was Lighthouse. I also watched this. Ponyo. My first Ghibli movie. And did I like it? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Not enough to give it 5 stars. There was some stuff to talk about in that movie. It's been a while now. But some things just didn't make enough sense for me to really get involved in trying to interpret what was going on. Okay, let me explain. If I remember correctly, because that was on the 15th of August, so it was like 2 weeks ago. But if I remember correctly, Ponyo and the little kid, if they don't love each other, the world ends. But I don't know why. And I feel like it's like a fake tension, right? To say, all right, if this doesn't happen, well, I guess we all die. And it's like, to me, I felt like it was an easy way out of giving tension to the story. And maybe I didn't understand correctly, and maybe I need to watch it again. I need to watch it again, as I did with The Lighthouse. But for that one, I feel like some things kind of felt like an afterthought. Like, oh, the fact that Ponyo is not with her father anymore or whatever needs a bit more drama or a bit more stakes at hand. And one of them was, well, if she doesn't love him, the world ends. But we don't know why. So it isn't my favorite Ghibli movie, but it's special. Yeah, I'll watch some more Ghibli movies. And yeah, it was very cute, Ponyo. I liked it for that. Alzer says, I'm at this point just waiting for my education to be secured before potentially cutting some ties. Yeah, of course. Sometimes you have not really, you don't really have a choice. And you want to be completely dependent, both financially, socially, emotionally, before cutting ties with Yeah. Porco Rosso and Whisper of the Heart, the best Ghibli movies in my. I will. I heard Porco Rosso about. I wrote about. I heard about that. I think I watched even a video essay about it. Heard about Castle in the Sky as well. Kiki's Delivery Service. Yeah, yeah, better a pig than a fascist. No, there's Princess Mononoke. Is that it? That I've heard about as well. All right, I'll watch these eventually. Now, the next movie I watched was La Haine, which Sandwiches mentioned earlier. A French movie made in 1995 in black and white. Yes. A lot of the people who watched it with me, because we were like a group of people who watched it. We were like maybe 10 who watched it all together in my living room. We're all really into it. You see, Ballet put it at 5 stars. And everybody would have put a 5 stars next to me. But I didn't. Do I need to rewatch it? Maybe. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Line. I think it has a lot of value in its style and in the way it presents life in Paris, especially for marginalized communities. In 1995. That's where it has the most value. For the story, however, that's where I had a bit more trouble getting hooked or being convinced by the value of this movie. During the whole movie, I feel like I was wondering where this was going because I felt like it wasn't going anywhere. Maybe, again, it's been a while. It's been 3 weeks now. So maybe I need to rewatch it, and knowing where it's going, perhaps, yeah, the story is more similar to some kind of documentation than fictional. Absolutely. And because it's documentation or like a documentary, I felt like sometimes I really didn't know where it was going. And it didn't seem like it knew where it was going itself. The movie didn't have like a clear idea of how it was going to end. Perhaps because in a documentary, you don't even know yourself, right? When you're doing a documentary. So perhaps I should rewatch it with that in mind. But yeah, now that I know how it ends and where it's going, perhaps I could better enjoy the movie. Because during the movie, I was very distracted by the fact that it didn't seem to be going anywhere. Yeah, I think the character in their bitter and angry lives with the swore of hatred against police kind of makes the spirit of this movie. Absolutely. That's why I said, like, I believe the importance of this movie and like its value is really into depicting, you know, the lives and the different interactions, the different relationships between members of the marginalized community or communities in Paris in 1995. And their relationship to the police and, you know, and to different roles within the community as well. It was good. It was good for that. It's just the narrative that just don't be distracted. It's just like at one point, like, I understand, you know, the character's bitter and angry lives, and I want to know where this is going, but it's not very obvious where it's going. And because of that, you feel like, not sure about this movie. Anyway, but I recommend it nonetheless, just for its great depiction of Paris in 1995. Finally, Ballet made me watch this. I was actually pretty curious about it. It's been a while, right? It's been like 3 weeks. I know. The hype is over. I'm late. I haven't been streaming for like a month. It's only been a month. 5 weeks. And I watched it. Ballet didn't like it that much, gave it 3 stars. Thomas Flight gave it 4.5 stars. This friend gave it 5 stars. Have you watched Barbie? Have people in chat watched Barbie? My screening of Barbie was so bad. Why was it bad? I can't afford to watch Barbie or Oppenheimer. I'm sorry. Lenore watched Barbie with a little sister. Sister is the soccer player. What did you think, Lenore? Proctophile saw Oppenheimer. All right. Haven't watched Oppenheimer personally. I think there's a lot of value in the Barbie movie. The value of the Barbie movie was to create conversations about, you know, feminism, social justice, masculinity, toxic masculinity, those kinds of conversations. And I think it's good to have those conversations. And despite some of Barbie's failings about many of, you know, let's say the themes that is brought up, perhaps some of the answers aren't necessarily great, at least from my perspective. It's still, because it sparks conversations, it's still good. It's still great for that. Even though I disagree with some of the... There were some girls staring and laughing at me the whole time. I'm sorry to hear that. Attack Rat says, I watched it. It was all right. It was pretty funny. Movie theaters are scammy. I agree. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was mostly meant for libs, but I think it got most of the message across. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. With what you said, Pyranarchist. I agree with that characterization of that movie. One of the thing, like for example, one of the things I didn't like was the whole idea that it was the Kens versus the Barbies, which of course it's got to be, you know, dumped down for that movie. The whole idea that, I don't know, the whole idea that the Kens were automatically misogynistic, the whole idea that, you know, the Barbies were automatically feminist, except when they were brainwashed by patriarchy or by the Kens. I just felt like in general it was a bit too surface level, but again, it's a movie about Barbie, so of course they're not going to go into the nuances of it, which is fine. You know, it's fine. But I just felt like it was kind of, some would say, essentialist, right? But it creates conversations, which is good. Also, the only man who was on Barbie's side was the more feminine man, right? Or it's played by Michael Cera. I had John Cena. It wasn't played by John Cena. It was played by Michael Cera. I don't even know what his name is. But in any case, he was the only ally, and the only ally was what some people would call like a soy boy. So if you're a Barbie ally, then, you know, you're not masculine like the Kens. You have to be like Michael Cera. I think a lot of people took away the wrong lessons from Ken, though. What were they, a pirate anarchist? What did people take away from Ken? Oh, there's also the whole fear of retaliation from minorities, right? Because in Barbie world, Ken is a minority, at least in terms of power, right? And Ken is like, the Kens are like second-class citizens in the Barbie world, from what I understand. And as soon as they understand their oppression and like, holy shit, we don't even have nice houses, we don't even have houses, we basically just live for Barbies and we don't do shit, they retaliate. And that fear of retaliation is, to me, is of course we're looking too much into it. You know, most people who watch it are libs and they like it. And it gets the conversation starting, which is good, which is what we need. Oh, but yeah. Oh, you want the name of the movie before? It's called La Haine, hatred. Here, La Haine. I have to click on it. By Mathieu Kassovitz. Right here. All right. Now back to Barbie. Of course, back to Barbie. I'm reading all the comments. I'm sorry if I'm not talking. People talk about kenning. Initially, the Kens are just accessories for the Barbies. It isn't till Ken Prime gets to the real world that he's given a real sense of value and pursues it, which doesn't sound villainous to me. Yeah, but his real sense of value is in opposition to the Barbies. But again, he's just an accessory to the Barbie. So now he feels like he can, you know, he's empowered by seeing men being the bosses in the real world. So he's empowered by that. But the whole narrative of retaliation, and therefore because he's empowered by seeing like like masculine role models succeed, then, you know, he becomes misogynistic, which is like, it's not what you want. Yeah, a lot of stand-ins for humans and metaphors can get essentialist. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Tired Floor says, hello, fuckers. Hello, Tired Floor. I had to unban your comment. Oh yeah, that's something I want to talk about, Temer. Oh wait, before Pyroacus says people like Ken when he was misogynistic and thought patriarchy was presented as being good. Yeah, especially since it's presented as liberating, right? The Ken are just accessories, and then patriarchy liberates them and makes them, you know, empowers them. Patriarchy empowers. Temer says the Barbie movie feels like a way to repackage Mattel IP to sell dolls. If it had something to say, probably at surface level Marvel action movie stuff. That is something I even considered making a video about. The whole idea that Mattel is even picturing itself as a bad company, an evil company, right? Who's trying to put Barbie back in a box, blah blah blah, and they're just a bunch of men. Of stupid men, right? All middle-aged or whatever. It's really strange to see a company produce a movie where in that movie they say we are incompetent and we're evil and we're just driven by profit. That was something to converse about, I believe. It was one of the most interesting things about that movie. Perhaps a trend setting, like, I don't know how to say it. Perhaps this is the first time of many where companies will openly, to be cool, say that they're evil, that they're incompetent, that they're run only by men. Why? Because it's funny, it's ironic, but it's not really ironic because everybody knows it's true. And they're just going with it because now it's kind of obvious, and at this point we can't do anything about it, so might as well just laugh at it. And I think if more in the future, more of that kind of stuff happens in the future, of companies referring to themselves as evil and incompetent and run exclusively by white men, then I think Barbie would be the first one to actually do it. Sandwiches says, it feels like the movie doesn't really commit to focusing on one real message and just tried being political in every corner to stir up controversy. Very possible. Very, very possible. I mean, good. I want it to be controversial. Stir up conversations. Make people angry. Make people debate about it. All right. I'm going to catch up on chat. Look at all the chats I haven't had time to go through. We're talking about the Barbie film. I know, we're late, all right? I haven't streamed in over a month. I watched a really good video essay on it called The Plastic Feminism of Barbie that I would recommend. Yeah, who made that video essay? The Plastic Feminism of Barbie. It was made by The Really Bitchy. If it wasn't 30 minutes, I would have watched it with you guys. But since it's almost 30 minutes, go watch it yourselves. This one right here. Practical says, but he doesn't really become misogynistic. The Kens show their value by performing all the tasks, and the Barbies enjoy their opportunity to relax. The situation isn't given a chance to evolve before it's written off as wrong. I would have to rewatch it. If I remember correctly, they were kind of chilling. Like it's they Kens show their value by performing all the tasks, and the Barbies enjoy their opportunity to relax. But if I remember correctly, Ken would literally say to Barbie or whatever, oh, go grab me a beer. Oh, fetch me this, fetch me that. And then the Barbie would literally be like, instead of relaxing or, they would actually just be the Ken's servants in a way, if I remember correctly. And this whole idea, I think it's the whole idea that relaxing is good. All right. One of the arguments for representative democracy. That's how I'm going to start this my line of reasoning. One of the arguments for representative democracy is the idea that people need to elect someone else to make decisions for them. There's logistical reasons and all that, but one of the reasons is so that people don't have to think or to worry about daily political issues or debates and all that. You vote someone in so they can do the politics for you. right? In the ideal, you have to like stay up with politics so that you can reelect the person, or elect someone else. But the idea is you don't have to worry because they do it for you, right? They worry for you. And it gives you freedom, right? So instead of having to worry about politics, about how to do tax, like how to organize taxes, how to regulate businesses, blah blah blah. Well, you can let other people do it for you. So then you can spend time, I don't know, doing other things. And I feel like, of course, that's on a larger scale. And as I said, there's other arguments for representative democracy, one of them being logistics. But in the case of, for example, women not working, or women not having to worry about, daily tasks or daily life, it's like, because you don't have to work, you're free, right? You don't have to worry about, driving a car. It gives you freedom, right? You don't have to learn that. And like, you don't have to I don't know. What else? I gave you the example of a car. You don't need to learn how to write a check. Don't worry about that. I'll do it for you. But anyway, the whole idea that freedom comes from can come in the opportunity to relax, which was what the Barbies were given through the Kens being, empowered. It's not, at least to me, is not necessarily freedom, right? If someone takes care of you, you're not more free. Again, it's okay if you disagree, but like, I think that's the kind of conversation I think Barbie's important for. But being taken care of by someone else, you might see it as freedom, because, oh, cool, I don't have to think about driving my car. At one point, it's like, oh, I don't have to think about even understanding a movie because my boyfriend's just going to tell me what the movie is about. It's like Ballet shows me that quote very often, the texting between a guy and a girl, and the guy's like, and the girl's like, hey, can you tell me how the stocks work? Or how the stock market works? And then the guy's like, don't worry about it, baby. She's like, okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, yay. I don't have to worry about anything because I'm being taken care of. All right, now I have to... Oh, hello, Nero. Hello, 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 hello. I hate songs. Some of the songs were nice. I hate songs. I don't subscribe to the don't complain if you don't have a solution thing, because someone else might have it. Yeah. If someone says don't complain if you don't have the solution, yeah, they're not good people. No, it's not a very smart thing to say. I don't think so. Not only because someone else might have it, the solution, but also because sometimes solutions can't be given out like completely outright on a silver platter. Sometimes you have to develop them socially. For example, like, don't complain about capitalism if you don't have a solution. Do I have a solution to capitalism? I don't. Can I offer you a system that can replace capitalism without actually experimenting, without actually living it? No, I can't. I've seen in many movies that they criticize capitalism, or more like the effects of capitalism, try to normalize a capitalist dystopia instead of doing something about it. True. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna there's so many messages that I'm gonna go through without even acknowledging them. I hate having to worry. I love it when people take care of me. Yeah, for sure. Hello, Hengist. Hengist 488. Hello with the little frog. All right, Proctofile answer. It says, imagine if you were in the Ken's initial position, though, where you don't work because you're considered to be inept or useless. How hard would you respond when you're finally given the chance to show your value and the effect it have on your ego? Yeah, well, that's the whole fear of like retribution that I was kind of criticizing at the beginning. The whole idea that, you know, if you have a class of people who are marginalized, as the Kens are initially in the movie, that if they are empowered, or if you give them a good model, they become, you know, toxic. They take over your houses and they turn into something that, you know, you don't want. They treat you like you've been treating them, right? It's one of the you know, one of the things a lot of white people fear about, you know, giving too much power to black people. If you give them too much power to black people, they're going to do to us what we've been doing to them for years. And here it's like the Kens are doing exactly what the Barbies have been doing to them, you know? So it's the whole retribution thing that, to me, it's kind of scary. I don't know if it's not the retribution thing is scary, but the whole idea that's a possibility to me is, it's true in prison. You don't have to worry about decisions either. You're taken care of in prison. Somebody, you're fed, you're housed, you're given, I don't know, entertainment. I complain all the time. It is to be expected that someone living in Canada, where they banned fun, that you would hate songs. I hate songs in movies. It's like, get your song in your movie is not doing shit to the advancement of the plot. I hate it. Just give me some plot already. What can't you solve? What can't you solve capitalism, Mr. Terminal? I don't know what you mean. Oh, do I have a solution to capitalism? I don't. I mean communism, as Hengist says, but like it's in terms of its like how it's organized, how it actually works. I don't have a solution. The furthest extent I'll go with my solution is to say we have to empower communities so that we can figure it out as communities with certain principles and values in mind. Jonia says, a lot of fears of alternatives to capitalism tend to be just what capitalism's doing now. Hey, we can't end capitalism because if we do, the world will be extremely unequal. There's going to be like a handful of people in the government that's going to decide, you know, for a bunch of us down, like, who are going to be poor and who are going to be, you know, we'll have to like work every fucking single day to be able to just afford food and, you know, not be kicked out of our houses and become homeless. Yeah, most marginalized peoples never actually seek to bring on revenge on the societal scale. For the most part, we are only looking for full equality. Yeah, exactly. So I think more realistically, the Kens would just ask to also be, you know, I don't know, what are the Barbies, right? They're judges, they're lawyers, they're all a bunch of stuff, I guess. And the Kens would just ask, hey, can we also be lawyers and judges, and, you know, can we be treated equally? They usually don't go, all right, let's treat the Barbies as we were treated as Kens, which we didn't like. Imagine living in a spiral of hopelessness. That's me. It has been suggested that if everyone on the planet consumed as much as the average US citizens, 4 Earths would be needed to sustain them. BBC. Hello. How are you? You good? Yeah, I'm streaming. That was Bali. Uglius says they hate America. I can't believe you would say that. In my chat of all chats. I'll tell them you said hi, for sure, of course. So those were the movies I watched. Is there anything else? Is there any other movies I watched that I didn't? No, I think that's it. Proctafas says, women are highly oppressed in many parts of the world, especially so back in old times. They were relegated to specific roles that best fit them based on their attributes. But once society in general has evolved to the point where our physical forms don't matter, we treat each other as equals. Yeah, at least we try to, right? We try to. But of course, when culture and our relationship to women in general has been, you know, shaped by centuries, as you said, of highly oppressing women, it's hard to get out of it, right? Yeah, arguments in favor of for misanthropy and callousness, but allowing equality exposes us to abuse/revenge. Exactly. I don't think that's fully how history has played out, though. No, of course not. But just in general, I feel like, and it's not just in jobs, as Proctafas has said, like, but once society in general has evolved to a point where our physical forms don't matter, we treat each other as equals. But I don't think that's necessarily the case either, right? Because right now, I mean, we don't treat each other as equals. You have some people who are very far from being in a great physical form who are treated much better than the rest of all of us, right? Either it be because of wealth. I hope you would agree that even like race is part of it, right? So many people, so many comments. I have no idea what you guys are on about. What are you gonna complain about obese people? Wealth fare too? Wealth fare. I don't know what that is. Now I'm gonna make fun of someone whose second language is English and say, haha, you said wealth fare instead of welfare. Mr. Germinal, I trust you. Should I change my job and go make railroad schedules? What reference is that for? Is that to? Is it to make the trains go on time? Because if that's what you want to do, no, don't come to me for that. Oh, you're talking about how handsome I am? Thank you. Good thing I have my bandana on. Or else that would change the conversation completely. Yeah, now we're talking about climate change. Ableist and homophobic. Is it? It's ableist to say that English is your second language? Oh, okay, it's because you have dyslexia. You know what? Cancel me. Oh, to be sure, our memories shade our present beliefs. Many people, especially women and certain ethnic groups, still complain about oppression after being granted equality and demand preferential treatment to compensate for the previous inequality. I don't think that's the case, though. It's not preferential treatment to compensate for the previous inequality. I think it's because there's current inequality happening. That's why. The thing is, it's not our memories that shade our present beliefs. It's our past. It's not that we remember some things that happened in the past. And maybe I'm nitpicking here, but like, it's like the past has shaped our culture, our present culture, and our values and our beliefs. It's not just our memories. Actually, many of our beliefs, culture, and value system comes from our past, right? It's handed down to us from our past. And many people still complain about oppression after being granted equality. But the thing is, there's different ways of perceiving what equality is, right? If to you equality is like before the law, then yes, I'll agree with you, right? However, the application of that law is unequal, right? Think of, like, for example, in the US, drug use is, like, in terms of marijuana, is comparable between black and white men. However, black men are more arrested for drug possession of marijuana, even though drug use for both are pretty much the same, because black neighborhoods are more policed, blah blah blah, and all that, and racial profiling. So it's not just complaining about oppression; it's living it. However, it's not like in front of the law. It's in different scopes of life. I think many men agree that sometimes there is preferential treatment and there's inequality in other walks of life, or in other like ways in life. For example, one of them is height. People who are taller have privileges in life, right? It can be with partners, it can be jobs, it can be just your day-to-day social interactions. There's privileges that come with height. There's privileges that come with being beautiful. There's privileges that come with, what else? What other privileges of being well-spoken, right? And we agree with that. You have to agree that there is privileges that come with that, with those statuses, or with those facts of life. You can't discriminate, right? Between, I don't know, legally, you can't discriminate between someone who's well-spoken and someone who isn't, I guess. You can't discriminate against someone who's tall or someone who's small or short. unless like, let's say your job requires you to be extra tall, like for airline people, the waitresses, I guess, the waiters. But we agree that there's privileges that come with certain facts, right? Social privileges. And there's definitely social privileges to being a man and social privileges to being white. And it's something that we ought to recognize, I think, I believe. And trying to like, you know, to of course, like, imagine you lived in a world where all the presidents before you were women, right? Of course, that's going to have an impact on the way you perceive yourself and how other people perceive you. You might think that it doesn't mean anything, that women are just as capable as men. But however, your perception of yourself and the perception of others on you, depending on your gender, is going to be influenced by that. English is my third language. I have to listen to British people talk the whole day. I'm sorry to hear that. Are we censoring the word French? They've been doing that for a while. It's because they're bigots. Yeah, as Aldzerge said, in fewer words, the thing is, being granted equality does not actually guarantee equality most of the time. Not when systems of oppression are more complex than what the law explicitly says. There you go. That's what I said. It's been legalized in most of the US. Yeah. But like just a couple of years ago, it wasn't. I don't know about other infractions. Maybe more minor than like weed possession. We have to look, but I don't really spend my time looking at stats on that. I know the stats about holding weed. I don't know about traffic stops and things like that. Be something to look into, at least in the United States, of course. Pyroanarchist explains systemic inequality by saying if someone gets 100 euros 10 years ago, they can build up wealth over those 10 years. If we then now give 100 euros to someone else too, we will have them given both people equal amounts of money, but there's still inequality because others had the time to get more money. Exactly. Especially, it's even worse. It's not even an amount of time. It's also amount of it's not only a question of time. It's also a question of the market in a way. How do I say this? I believe it was a lot easier maybe not 10 years ago, but like, because 10 years ago, 2013, but like, you know, it was a lot easier 100 years ago to start up your own business, to, you know, to buy land, to buy a house, to do, you know, to invest in assets that can be passed down from generation to generation. It was easier back then than now. So even if you have the same amount of money, or if you're given the same like that amount of money, the possibility of emancipating yourself through that money today is still not the same as it was 100 years ago. Not including inflation, just in terms of possibility. Yeah, people still do get arrested and sentenced for that. I mean, there's still a lot of states that where it's illegal. Hopefully it gets legalized all over. But yeah, no, there's still a lot of places where it's illegal. And the patterns of detentions is still racially disproportional. Thank you, ugliest. I know you know beauty privilege because you definitely benefit from it. Funny thing is, you don't benefit hold on. You don't know a privilege because you benefit from it. Very often it's the contrary. Right? You don't see the privilege you benefit from. What you see is the privilege you don't benefit from. Because when you benefit from a privilege, it's much easier to say, well, it's because I'm fucking great. It's because I'm amazing. Right? Oh, it's because I worked so hard. However, someone who works just as hard, or at least, you know, it's hard to quantify how hard you work, but like when you don't benefit from a privilege, that's when you actually notice it. You notice it hard, and then you become envious, and then you become jealous, and then you become bitter. What's your favorite hour of the day? Says Skirwoj. Thank you. What a great question. Always love Skirwoj's. Favorite hour of the day. I would have to say it depends on my mood. I would have to say, let's say I like late evening, you know? Like 7 or 8. 7 or 8 means I can relax, I can chill. But I still have a lot of time to chill. Because it's not too late, but it's late enough to chill, right? I also like when it's like 11, because it's like I've got to work. I might have worked already, but I've got to work, but I have so much more time to work because it's only 11. So that's my. I hope you're satisfied with my answer, Skillwaj. Very often I apologize for skipping chat, for skipping some comments. But I'll have to stop that because some of those comments like just beg to be ignored. Most of your comments just beg to be ignored. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, oh, there you go. Nero said something, I believe he said it at the same time as I said it. Because he wrote, LMAO in caps. Privilege reads as neutral for the person experiencing it. So he either wrote because I said it, or he wrote LMAO because he thinks that privilege reads as neutral for the person experiencing it is really fucking funny. I'm going with he thinks it's funny. That's why Ugliest had to tell you you're pretty privileged. Thank you for making me check my privilege. You know the checking privileges as a flex. So I'd like to acknowledge my privileges of being a really tall, handsome, attractive, wealthy. I'm not wealthy. Property owning, social media influencer. I'm acknowledging those privileges to give you space to show you just how Yeah, sexy privilege is real, actually. I agree with that. And also privilege can also come with with advantages and disadvantages, right? That kind of privilege. Like there's privilege coming with sexy, but there's also disprivilege coming with sexy, right? Especially when you're a woman, being being a sexy woman can empower you in different ways, but it can also oppress you, right? Same thing for being a man. Being a man can empower you in many different ways, but it can also oppress you in different ways. We need a random question Q&A. All right, we're talking about our favorite times in the day. Proctophile likes the golden hours. I don't look at the outside, so I don't know. Ignore this comment. Ignore the above comment. Okay. We're highlighting messages about ignoring comments. See, this is... I'm just skipping the whole thing. What is your favorite food to make? I don't like making food. Yesterday I boiled some frozen dumplings and I like that because it's quick to make and it tastes good. Oh, Skillwatch is gonna be home in 2 hours. I'm very happy for you. They're part of the bourgeoisie. I guess I'm part of the bourgeoisie. For sure. I'm not wealthy, but I'm still the bourgeoisie, I think. I believe I make less than minimum wage, which is still 40 hours a week, which is more, I think, than a lot of people here in my region. So Rivers of Melancholy asks, do you like gossip? Yes, I think it depends on what the gossip is, but there's definitely a social reason for gossip, a social value to gossiping. There's especially in small cities, small towns, the gossip makes you check yourself and forces you to be a nice person because people talk about you. I was man once said, every rose has its thorns. Yeah. I was man once said. You highlighted that message. You used 100 channel points. How embarrassing. True being attractive gets you a lot more harassment than average. Yeah, yeah, you can get harassed. It can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. As many things are. 12K of these points. Oh, thank you, Skillwatch. Do you hear that? I think Bali is cooking. Bali made tortellini yesterday. 18K Power Anarchist. Wow. I thought you liked baking bread. Yeah, I baked a lot of bread. I don't know if I like that or I like the result and I like sharing it. I think it's more about sharing it than actually baking it because baking it is very long. All right. You guys are funny. Hold on. Can I inspect? No, I can't. Rivers of Melancholy wrote, where is it? It's not in the chat right here. It says Sean Petty Bourgeoisie confirmed. It's petite bourgeoisie. Is it not? It's petite bourgeoisie. Learn it. It's not petty bourgeoisie like someone's petty. Oh, it's right there. Petty. Also anglicized as petty bourgeoisie. As if they're like petty. No, petite bourgeoisie. It means small bourgeoisie. As distinct from haute bourgeoisie. That means high or elevated bourgeoisie. Petty bourgeoisie. If someone's petty here, it's you guys. Can't believe it. Petty bourgeoisie. This is why people need to learn French. Your hatred for French is not really helpful. It's limiting you. Pirate Anarchist says, that must be very hard for you because of the gossip. You can't even be yourself. No, I disagree with that. I think I think of course like your behavior will always be molded by the people that you surround yourself with. And because other people influence you and other people's perception of you influence you, it doesn't mean that you're not really yourself. Being yourself is also reacting to how people perceive you. Oh. Jonia wrote a message and Automod took it out because it's a sex-based term. Says, that's how I feel making tamales. They take all day, but seeing my friends have a mouth orgasm is satisfying. I'll allow that. I'll allow it. Yeah. Sean says petite. Petite. There's no Z in there. Oh, random question says Proctophile. You guys have weekly rate for renting rooms. I work for too much to go for a full month. I have to like look that up. I have to check it out. Check it up. Check it out with the council, with the nonprofit council. Because the problem is, if it's for lower than a month, you can't. It's considered short-term renting, which you need to like have permission for it, you know. Like a way that you can go is you can go like for a full month, like charge, let's say like for like a week or two, and like say that's for a full month, because the thing is you need permits and authorizations to do short-term renting. We would have to check that out, but it's doable, yeah, for sure. But eventually, my hope is eventually it'll be free. And we're getting towards that hopefully soon, where it's going to be free, so that way we don't need to rent at all and we just invite people over. Short bourgeoisie, exactly. Small bourgeoisie. Petty bourgeoisie. French is a silly language. All right, enough of that. I'm going through everything. Scale Ward says goodbye. My little cat's right there. Rio, come here. Say hi. Come say hi. Are you gonna see Rio less in those streams, in this setup of a stream, because we're not in the apartment, and Rio rarely leaves the apartment. Rio, come here. Trying to get the cat to come, but he doesn't seem very interested. I'm sorry. He hates you. I have no idea. Oh yeah, Pilk. Pepsi and milk. Oh, oh. He's looking down the stairs. Let me see if he's gonna let. Oh, oh. He's gone. Change camera focus. You think I can do that? You only get to see blurry Rio. Silhouetted Rio. Oh yeah, let's learn for 2 seconds what petite bourgeoisie is. Just here, okay? Just that. Oh, but the role in fascism sounds so fun though. Okay. Just really quickly. Petite bourgeoisie, literally small bourgeoisie, also anglicized as petty bourgeoisie, and actually anglicized as petty bourgeoisie. Is that how you guys say it? Bourgeoisie is a French term that refers to a social class composed of semi-autonomous peasants and small-scale merchants whose politico-economic ideological stance in times of socioeconomic stability is determined by reflecting that of a haute bourgeoisie, high bourgeoisie, with which the petite bourgeoisie seeks to identify itself and whose bourgeois morality it strives to imitate. The term is politico-economic and references historical materialism. It originally denoted a substratum of the middle class in the 18th and 19th centuries. In the mid-19th century, the German economist Karl Marx, and other Marxist theorists used the term petite bourgeoisie to identify the socioeconomic stratum of the bourgeoisie that consists of small shopkeepers and self-employed artisans. Bourgeoisie, yeah, bourgeoisie. Rio like river? No, Rio like Jean-Paul Riopel, artist from Quebec. Riopel. Should we read this really quickly, just for fun? Are we? Yeah. That was quick. I wanted the definition, and I want to know the role in fascism to see if I'm a fascist as a petit bourgeois myself. The petite bourgeoisie is economically distinct from the proletariat and the lumpen proletariat, social class strata, who rely entirely on the sale of their labor power for survival. It is also distinct from the capitalist class haute bourgeoisie, high bourgeoisie, that owns the means of production, and thus can buy the labor power in the proletariat and lumpen proletariat to work the means of production. Although members of the petite bourgeoisie can buy the labor of others, they typically work alongside their employees, unlike the haute bourgeoisie. The petite bourgeoisie is little defined in Marx's own work, with only the words smaller capitalists used in the Communist Manifesto. This Marx guy sounds kind of cool. Did they write any books or something? Not that I know of. I think they're just referenced by some intellectuals. I don't know if they wrote their own works. I think they were just quoted and stuff like that. All right, role in fascism. Yeah, I never heard of him. Yeah, he's mentioned sometimes in some works. Historically, Karl Marx predicted that the petite bourgeoisie was to lose in the course of economic development. Following this, R.J.B. Bosworth suggested that it was to become the political mainstay of fascism, which represented in political form a terroristic response to their inevitable loss of power, economical, political, and social, to the haute bourgeoisie. Wilhelm Reich also highlighted the principal support of the rise of fascism in Germany given by the petite bourgeoisie and middle class in The Mass Psychology of Fascism. He claimed that the middle classes were a hotbed for political reaction due to their reliance on the patriarchal family. According to Reich, small businesses are often self-exploiting enterprises of families headed by the father, whose morality binds the family together in their somewhat precarious economic position, and the sexual repression that underlies it. This was disputed by historian Richard Pipes, who wrote, in the case of the Nazi Party, that while at first limited to this group, by the end of the 1920s, workers joined the party en masse and were the largest occupational group in the party by 1934. Imagine, writing The Mass Psychology of Fascism and being called Reich. Really quickly, just really quickly, okay? Lumpen proletariat. Oh, Marx is in NCOM, I'm pretty sure. Oh. NCAP? No, NCOM? HAD? Hey, Pyranix, I wanted to say that earlier. So, like, Socrates played a relation? Exactly. He never wrote anything. He was just quoted. No, Marx didn't shoot JFK. Not that I know of. Yeah, just glue all things to each other and make a new word. That's the German way. Oh, you say it? As Gilmore says, it's funny how Marx said that he wouldn't be called a Marxist. I think it's a Strawberry System 2022 just follows. Thank you, Strawberry System. People say hi to Strawberry System. But the fact that Marx said he wouldn't be called a Marxist is often taken out of context. Whoops. I look like Jesse Pinkman. I was talking about Breaking Bad earlier. Most people say I look like Magnus Carlsen. And lately, and I'll bring it up because people thought it was really funny. Since I shaved my head, for those who joined late, I showed my head that I shaved. For those who didn't know, I had long hair, and now I have shaved head, and I look like this. And I was told by my very own partner that I look like this. Show it. I'm gonna I don't know if I want to let it grow again or because like it's getting long now. I should shave it again. Bald. That's literally you. Thank you. You know what? I'll take it as a compliment. All right, enough. Sometimes I miss my long hair because I thought it looked cool. But sometimes I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I look cool. Who cares? Who cares? Also, washing the long hair is so much work, and like sleeping with it, and then it being no. Thank you, Nero. I also have very thick hair. I have a lot of hair. Bald and all. You should dye it red like the rest of your outfit. Should I dye it like squares? Should I put like red squares and like so it can blend with the black squares of my head? What do you think of that? So I go like this, and then some squares, some stripes are black, some stripes are red. I'll look into that. I'll look into it. Can't stop laughing at the Mickey Mouse picture. This picture? Oh, sorry, I didn't. No, I did not read your comment. Strawberry System. I got distracted by the hair. I'm sorry. All right, hold on. What did you say? You said Marx was friends with several U.S. politicians because before the wealth was concentrated, politicians could do cool stuff. Yeah, politicians actually could do cool stuff back then. But then politics became way too. I mean, it was always a bit bourgeois, but like politicians were very often a bit more open-minded back then, and less ideologically neutered, I'll say. But yeah, to go back to Karl Marx saying he wouldn't be a Marxist, or not calling himself a Marxist. Trying to find. I'll have to find it eventually. If I remember correctly, he's like, if this is Marxism, then I'm not a Marxist. But he was answering to someone who characterized Marxism in a way that he did not agree with. If I remember correctly. Just buzz squares into it and throw in some red. Oh, Zgilwers has been sharing his pathetic attempts at taking pictures of bumblebees in Discord. Great. Go check out the bumblebees on Discord. Whoops. You know what? I'll share Discord again. There you go. Yeah, Strawberry System. Marx had more in common with anarchists than modern Marxists. I've heard many anarchist arguments, convincing anarchist arguments, on the idea that Marx was had more in common with anarchists than modern Marxists. I was gonna say fuck bees, but no, I like bees. All right, but like no. All right, we're about to start. I was just about to read the like what lumpen proletariat means, right? Do we have some lumpen proletariat fans in chat? And then we got to talk about bees. Fuck your bees. You know what we're gonna read here? We're not gonna read anarchist FAQ. We're just gonna do this reading. Whoa. Like this. I'm just gonna read. You guys are gonna learn today what lumpen proletariat means. You like jazz? I love jazz. You know what? Like I like bees. I like bees for their contribution to, you know, to the ecosystem and pollinating and stuff like that. But like bees in themselves, you know, as like a species, I don't really care for. I care for their role and their labor. Good for them, you know? Keep laboring, keep working. You're doing a good job. But themselves, like bees in themselves, no, I don't. Not a big fan of it. I prefer jazz. Wikipedia is kind of run by white centrists. Who? Or probably though. Maybe. I like Wikipedia. I mean, it's just a how do you say it? A introductory level of articles. They don't acknowledge the modern Republicans as fascists as a whole. Yeah, I wouldn't expect Wikipedia to acknowledge the modern Republicans as fascists as a whole. I would expect Wikipedia, however, to have a Republican Party. I would expect them, however, to have a. They don't. Like a the controversy tabs that a lot of people have, or criticisms. I would expect them, however, to have a criticism tab. But at the same time, you can find criticism of the Republican Party elsewhere than Wikipedia. Don't look for your criticism of the Republican Party on Wikipedia, please. I didn't say I hated bees, prior anarchist. I just don't like individual bees. I only like bees because bees provide labor for me. Exactly. You want to get into Proudhon, Gengia? The only thing I've read by Proudhon is on property. So I couldn't really help you with that, aside from saying maybe try reading property. They said they don't care about non-humans except their cat already. I care about other people's pets too. Okay, very important question. Which American politician would least survive having a stone thrown at them? They're all old as fuck and seem to not be able to stand alone. Didn't Mitch McConnell have another old man like verging on the being on the very brink of death again? Have you ever talked about communalism? Don't want to derail the stream, but getting into anarchism lately. It's actually something I would really, really like to get into and talk and like learn about eventually, Gibrano. And hello, Gibrano, by the way. I actually wrote a script for like a 30-minute video on a communalist theory of art. And I never did it. The script is still there. If you had a Wikipedia article, 3/4 of it would be filled with controversy tab. That's why I don't have a Wikipedia article. It would be it would require too much server space or whatever for Wikipedia. Oh, goodbye, Nero. Be good. Okay. The amount of times that I get comments equating fascism and just communism in general or socialism is ridiculous. And I think it mainly comes from, if it doesn't come from like the education system, it comes from education elsewhere, from actual self like researching for yourself, I guess. Still alive? Yes, I am. I don't hate pets. Yeah, Wikipedia reminds me of the US Senate before the well concentration. There you go. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Have I heard of Murray Bookchin? The next book I want to buy is by Murray Bookchin, actually. It's a... Is that tea or Gatorade? It's one of those frozen... Because I don't have the money for actual Gatorade, and tea's disgusting. So it's like one of those frozen juices. They're like $1 and you can make like 3 liters out of it. No, 2 liters out of it. So you get like 2 liters of juice for $1. And then you mix it with water. That's what it is. Because I need my sugar. Oh yeah, I think the issue is that most people's knowledge of communism comes from state communism, particularly the U.S. Yeah, definitely. And oh yeah, is that tea or Gatorade was actually a first time chatter. Hello, first time chatter, Quello-san. Everybody say hi to Quello-san. Quello-san, like this. Say hi to them. And yeah, I'm sorry for saying that tea is disgusting. Magna, hello Magna. Long time no see. Indeed. It's been what? It's been a good month? 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. I'm glad to see y'all. Very happy to see y'all. Who's the one bread tuber trans girl who's an ML? Who is it? Who's the ML? Those are my childhood. Yeah, they're great. They're very sugary and cheap. How dare you say tea is disgusting? This is betrayal of the highest regard. Listen, I was raised on sugar. Tea has no sugar. I once had that fruit tea, you know, where like it's supposed to taste fruity but without any sugar, and it just tastes like, okay, okay, tea is just diet juice. All right, I'm saying it right now. Tea is just diet juice. It's disgusting. Now there you go. Frozen juices for the win. Thank you, somebody. Ivaga7, I don't think I've ever seen you. Like, hello, Ivaga7. Who's this? Glad to see you. I haven't seen your first time chat, so maybe I've said hi already. If not, hello. Your name sounds like a French person saying croissant to Quello-san. Definitely not. Croissant. Quello-san. It's very different. That's such a bad take. Tea is diet juice? Yes. Good. Cancel me. As I've already said that it's important sometimes to give bad takes, and we should normalize bad takes. It's something I really believe in. What do you think about national nostalgia and or ressentiment art? I would need examples. I would need examples to really answer that. Yeah, leaf soup. You know how disgusting that sounds like? Leaf soup? Some bad takes should never be spoken. You don't put effort in your tea. Why would I need to put effort in tea? Like, I feel like I've put a lot of effort into like mixing a can of frozen juice with 3 cans of water and then mixing it. That's already a lot of effort, I believe. Because usually juice, you just have it in a bottle, right? What do you think about nationalism, patriotism? I think nationalism can be... All right. I think I've already talked about that. But nationalism always puts your group against another group, which can be good when the other group is an oppressor. So, for example, you've had a lot of colonial countries or colonial society or colonized societies, which have, through nationalism, been able to distinguish themselves and their colonial masters. And through nationalism was a good tool to fight against their colonial masters. However, very often nationalism requires an other to distinguish from yourself. And when this other is not an oppressor, it's very often a minority, which is extremely dangerous and not something you want. That's my take on nationalism and patriotism. In general, I don't think it's good. I think it can be good if you're able to use it as a way to distinguish yourself or distinguish a group against an oppressor. But I don't think it's good in its essence. I don't think it's something that we should strive for or that we should preserve, or that we should like. But it can be a good tool in certain conditions. Nationalism is reverence for the elites. Patriotism is reverence for the workers. We don't have that distinction in French. So I'm talking about nationalism in at least in the Quebec the Quebec way. Yeah, in the U.S. that is. That's the thing. It depends. I know in Europe, nationalism is very very often associated with racism and xenophobia. So I guess it depends where you're from as well. I guess says thanks for the answer. You're welcome. One day I'll read Nationalism and Culture by Rocker. I have to do it eventually, but I haven't come around to doing it. But I will. It's just a pretty thick thing. All right. We're gonna read. I just want to read Lumpen Proletariat. I said we would, so let's do it for real. Just 2 paragraphs. It's gonna go quickly. In Marxist theory, the Lumpen Proletariat is the underclass devoid of class consciousness. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels coined the word in the 1840s and used it to refer to the unthinking lower strata of society exploited by reactionary and counter-revolutionary forces, particularly in the context of the revolutions of 1848. They dismissed the revolutionary potential of the Lumpen proletariat and contrasted it with the proletariat. Among other groups, criminals, vagabonds, and prostitutes are usually included in this category. The Social Democratic Party of Germany made wide use of the term by the turn of the century. Lenin, Trotsky followed Marx's arguments and dismissed the revolutionary potential of the group, while Mao Zedong argued that proper leadership could utilize it. The word Lumpen Proletariat, popularized in the West by Frantz Fanon's The Wretched of the Earth in the 1960s, has been adopted as a sociological term. However, what some consider to be its vagueness and its historical its history as a term of abuse has led to some criticism. Some revolutionary groups, most notably the Black Panther Party and the Young Lords, have sought to mobilize the lumpen proletariat. There you go. So now you know what the lumpen proletariat is. I like how you always write, you know, after every... I haven't heard about the Russian filmmakers and video game creators who are escaping to Germany. But I hope they can escape. Good on them if they can. Where does intelligentsia fall in the social spectrum? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? What's the social spectrum? Solidarity for vagabonds, prostitutes, and criminals. Yes. All right, we got some Bumblebee trivia in chat. Oh yeah, by the way, have you guys been enjoying like, are they bourgeois or proletariat or something in between? Intelligentsia? If you mean like an elite, I guess it depends. Intelligentsia, more let's look at the actual definition. Whoops. Because intelligentsia is intellectuals or highly educated people as a group, especially when regarded as possessing culture and political influence. I think it's hard to lump them into a group. I think you can have, if you have political influence, you're most likely a lib. I think it's more, if you want to talk about intelligentsia, I would say probably liberal on the spectrum. If you want to say between bourgeois or proletariat, I would say maybe petty bourgeois, as people would say. When you say intelligentsia, I'm thinking more like the liberal tradition and liberal jobs and stuff like that. People still talking about bees. Oh, by the way, have you guys been enjoying the short form content again coming back? Like, I don't think people liked longer form content. Like my wage slavery video at 17K views, and then these did better, especially this one, which I'm happy about because it was probably the most class conscious, or most political video out of the ones I've been making lately. That one did good, so I'm happy. American Gothic also did pretty good, and I denounced nationalism. Liberal job is often more like I'm sorry, Lenore likes longer content. I'm sorry, longer content doesn't pay the bills. What is a liberal job? Liberal jobs are often like wait. Liberal jobs, is that what they're called? Liberal, like a lawyer, for example. Liberal? No. No, like a liberal profession? Is that it? I don't know. Yeah, there you go. A liberal profession. Doctors, lawyers, tax advisors, architects, and engineers are all examples of liberal professions. Oh, somebody says they like the art content. Thank you. Yeah, you can have self-employed, probably what people would call petit bourgeoisie, right? I recently read an article saying that a lot of today's realities mimic those of the 17th century. Would you agree, and to what extent? I have no idea. I don't know enough about the reality of 17th century, and I don't know where in the world they're talking. You're referencing what location in the world in the 17th century you're referencing to. I remember reading Kropotkin's Mutual Aid, A Factor of Evolution, which talked about a lot of communities during the Middle Ages were very often self-managed and were a lot more independent than we often believe they were in Europe mostly. Let's see if we can find it. Reading. There you go. Here, medieval city. Maybe one day we'll read it. If I remember correctly, it was basically saying back then the king didn't really have anything to do with, like, people never saw the king. People very often never, like, they would pay the king or their lord or whatever, but most of the time they would, they would organize their own places themselves because nobody else would do it for them because kings didn't really give a fuck about their peasants. If I remember correctly. Again, I probably need to read it again to go revisit it. Also, another thing I've been doing. I've been having a lot of fun on Instagram. Posting comments that make me laugh. Or that sometimes I think they're so fucking stupid. I don't know what to do with them. I don't want to answer them. What do you mean I constantly forget to announce new videos? Oh, on Discord. Yeah, exactly. I'm like the king who doesn't give a fuck about his peasants. I don't give a fuck about my Discord community. Is that what you mean? Because if that's what you mean, you're right. I've been posting screenshots of comments on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram and check out these screenshots, I think I'm funny. I think I'm funny with them. Check it out. And on that note, I'll end stream now because I'm going out, believe it or not. Oh, Aldzers is back, and I'm leaving. Oh. Hold on a second. So, check out my Letterboxd account. Check out... Okay. I'm trying to find... Who do you want to raid? Who do y'all want to raid? Discord is awesome. All right, you like the Discord? Show us your Insta here. Can I go on the Canvas? Canvas YouTube, is that it? Okay, that worked. Perfect. Save info. No, I won't turn on the notifications. All right. Found it. This is my Instagram page, the Canvas YouTube. And these are the comments. I put them on my stories and then I put them there. Like this kind of comment, right? It's like someone says, okay, that is not a pitchfork. It's a hay fork. I don't think your analysis can be trusted if you can't even get basic terminology correct. Like, I want to answer that comment so bad. I want to answer that shit, right? And make fun of that person. But at the same time, if I do, like, it doesn't really work. It doesn't have a good effect, right? However, if I publicly make fun of that person, then it's funny. Oh yeah, my link to Litterbox, it's here. Sean Archist. So add Sean Archist. Letterboxd is it's this here. It's like a movie rating site. It's like a Goodreads, which you might know, but for movies. So you know what your friends watch, how they rate different movies, what they recommend, what they what's on their watch list, which is like what do they want to go see. That is a perfect comment. The hay thing is also this one. Majin Perez, who says culture is a product of race. You can't understand this piece of art unless you belong to a certain heritage, and I do not believe this presenter is part of that. Like, this motherfucker thinks I'm not white or whatever. If culture is a product of race and you have to be part of a heritage to understand it, like, American Gothic is the whitest painting I've ever seen. And I have to belong to that heritage to understand it. And what? Midwestern race? Is that it? I'm not part of the Midwestern race. I wish I wrote that comment just to be as funny. I hope he meant to be funny. I don't think he did. All right. Still got to find a good. I can show it. If I were anarchist, is that person leftist? Like, can someone give me some names? I mean, you're kind of French, so they're kind of right. They're not right. Oh, is it because it's not night mode. I can't do it. Is that why? Tom Dave. Who's Tom Dave? Tom, Dave, Jeff. I wrote Jeff, and then there's Asian Jeff. Is that who you guys want to? Pyro anarchist. Do you actually pyro anarchist? No, you're not there. Bunch Chococo. Onomatopoeia? I just asked you for names. Leftist. So there's no leftists. I mean, there are, but like, I don't know how to enable night mode. That's why. Oh, dark theme. Easy. We just did it. Oh, look at that. Look at that, chat. Oh, you must be so happy. Oh God, you must be so happy. Yeah, I'm like the only leftist streamer. There's Casey Tron. What about anarchist? Ooh. You know what? I'll send you to the chap. How do I raid someone again? Because the chap is nice to me. Wait, how do I do this again? Oh yeah, I have to go to my creator dashboard, raid stream manager, raid channel. We're gonna go with Zest Chap. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone for being here on my I'm alive. I'm back. Let's catch up. We will do some more streaming, more consistent streaming in the future. Maybe not as often as we have been in the past. We've been pretty busy. Yeah, fuck off, Sierwoj. When's next stream? I don't know. It could be tomorrow after the video. Tomorrow my video is on Magritte. It's ready. It's gonna be there. So long, suckers. So yeah, we're gonna watch it tomorrow. There's gonna be the video at around 10. So maybe in the afternoon I'll be streaming. We'll see. We might be playing some how do you call it? Disco Elysium. See if I can get into it again. We'll see. And if not, there's plenty of things that we can do, like play Pajama Sam, or maybe I'll watch a movie. All right. Anyway, thank you so much. Check out Letterboxd. Oh yeah, and play some BeatStar with me. All right. Check out BeatStar. Download it. If you're not on BeatStar. All right, you're leaving 8 seconds. All right. Join the Discord as well. I'll add you on Discord on BeatStar. All right. Goodbye.